My name is Ryan Teglia, and I'm with Power Energy Group.
Hi, my name is Nasiruddin, and I'm also with Power Energy Group.
For me, when I was a kid, my grandmother took me to one of these locations in Juarez, Mexico. I carried that with me.
And personally, I've always been into doing service work and other things, and developing some nonprofits in my high school as well. But this was dear to my heart in the fact that I was born and raised in the village in Bangladesh, so it makes it easier. But at the same time, they're at a stage that I was giving them a lot more opportunities than they had, and I'm just giving back in the way that it should be done, because to me, sustainability is the next best thing. We're not an organization, we're not a charity organization that's giving out money and then one day and the next day they're hungry again. It's a sustainable solution where they're helping themselves, and we, just like I said, eventually become jobless in each of these communities.
We try to transfer the ownership of the facilities that we develop there to the community, to the school. So this way they have a vested interest for the long term. Not like we're going to leave them behind. We retain the relationship, but we want to make sure that they have a vested interest.
Exactly.
Help them. They already have the middlemen. We don't want to disrupt that process. So the only thing that's going to be new is the salvage of the organic material, which has no middlemen, right? And nobody wants. And so we'll use that to create a new revenue stream, first with compost, and then eventually with gas capture and electrification.
So to your question is that we're working to develop, partnering with, I believe the UN has a Coyote protocol that allows the greenhouse gas and carbon credits to be sold. Now it's the carbon credit markets. And all those, so it's a non-profit in domestically, but it's a for-profit in those countries. So those for-profit, those money go back to that community development, community infrastructure, because that's what makes it a sustainable solution. So yes, we do those renewable energy-related projects, whatever revenue created, we go toward the community.
An important part of this is co-op development. So these people are already entrepreneurs of their own. They're scavenging the garbage, they're trying to survive. So we're just trying to enrich that, provide them with skill sets and things like that, and foster some resources that they can use to grow their entrepreneurial dimension of their life. So this way they can move away from that environment. So that co-op business model is very crucial to making sure that they eventually leave.
Yeah.
It's more like, I don't know if it's a balance, it's kind of like you fall head over heels and try to keep everything with you as you fall down the hill. But luckily, there's a lot of good people around me like Nasir and Tiffany Tong and Faisal Haq and all these other great people that kept it together when each of us had a problem, because these are all the graduate students and undergraduate students, and the dimensions of it are kind of mind-blowing. So luckily they also support as a social structure. They're good folks, so I like being around them. It's great.
So I myself, just like Ryan, we have a crazy busy schedule. I work full-time, I'm doing graduate work part-time, so it's that biggest thing that I learned is not only just the business side, because I'm a biomedical engineer, so this is a whole new world to me. So every day is a new learning process, but it's the idea that we're, as a non-profit, because we are a non-profit, it makes it difficult to retain members and to have sustainable members, because we're so new. To convince people to keep going at it has been very difficult, but we have gotten here this far. I don't think there's a limit to it. We already implemented, so started implementing. So this is a great start for our organization, and we're new and we're growing.
As Dahlia Noel says, keeping us together is the most important thing, and she did. And it's another example of how community within this nonprofit is so important, because no one's getting paid.
Exactly. So domestic sustainability right now is the hardest thing. That's the way of saying it.
Now,
2006, 2007, and then roughly about a year and a half to find venues. So first the first venue was Engineers Without Borders. We got a lot of support from the university, and allowed us to present in that forum in 2008, and beginning of 2008. And they were very generous with their comments, so we learned a lot.
Yeah, but the biggest issue there is that we're not we're not working with the country because of community because of their country they work in or how safe it is. We're working with the community because of the condition they're in. So we work with Pakistan. It's a high-risk country. Not a lot of organizations wanted to be behind us because we're working in that country. So it's been the biggest. Pakistan has been the biggest struggle for us to work with, and then we haven't backed out. And it was a good thing we haven't, because what is it? It's been what 3-4 years for you guys. Finally, Pakistan, we finally got on the ground. Yeah.